we'll discuss a topic called as an info record. Okay. So what is meant by info record? Info record is a latest prices of particular material and vendor combination. In combination, we will maintain. So, for example, each material with respect to each vendor, so we are maintaining the price of the particular material is called as a info record. Okay. So generally, the info records are four types. What are those? One is a standard info record. Okay. And second one is a subcon info record. Okay. And third one is consignment info record, and the fourth one is pipeline info record. Okay. So the way of working of the info record is same for whatever it may be, like it is a standard info record or subcontracting or consignment. It is the same. But what is the difference when we have the different kinds of the info records here? Okay. So in the standard info record, generally we are using at all the levels, like when you are procuring the material. Okay, you given an order and you receive the order and you doing the payment for this material. So in these kind of scenarios, what we will do is we will maintain the price. Okay, so then in case of the normal procurements, we are maintaining the standard info record. Okay, but if you are going for the special procurements like subcontracting, okay, so in subcontracting process, what we are doing, we will provide a raw material to the subcontracting vendor and we will ask the final product of this material. Here, we are maintaining the components prices. Okay. So that maintenance, we will call it as a subcontracting info record. So similarly, consignment and pipeline. Okay. So like each different kinds of the process, we are using the different info records here. Okay. In the similar like a pipeline also, we are using the different info record. Huh? So this is about the how we are differentiating the info records. And what are the configurations we will do here? So similarly, so info record we have like we are defining the number ranges. Okay. Second, we have the predefined document types. Document type. IL and IN. One is a stock material, another for the non-stock material document type. What is the stock of material document type?
Stock of material. What are the materials we have?
So generally, any material, if it is a inventorized means you are updating the quantity in the your valuation levels. Okay, so that we'll call it as a stock materials. Okay, non-stock materials means we are not making as an inventory for that particular material is called as a non-stock materials. Okay, so this is the we are maintaining. And like certificates, inspection certificate category. Inspection certificates, like for example, you have one material, okay. So for example, you are procuring some material, okay. So that material you call it about the some like you are using this material for the pharma or something, okay. So that material will have the expiry. Okay, so generally these kind of situations we are facing in the food industries or chemical industries or pharma industries generally. Okay, so this kind of materials, whenever you procure this one, then you need to take compulsory the material validity and the material certificate number. So
Okay.
in these cases, so what we will do, we will define one certificate category. Okay, that is called as a how we will define the certificate category, how we can maintain. So, okay, if you want, we can exclude that one also. Hmm? So
Mm.
next is a price history. So price history here, whenever we are procuring this material, we want raw material or sorry, if it is any material, which kind of price you want? You want like a gross price or you want net price? Okay, net price means actual prices. Okay, gross price means including all the taxes. So if you want, you can activate this effective prices also. Okay, so these configurations we are maintaining at the info record levels. Let's see. So SPRO, reference IMG, material management, purchasing. Okay, next is the purchase info record. So here we need to define the number ranges. Okay, so you can come here. Okay, so you can change out here. So here we have first what we need to do is we need to create some group here. Okay, so I'll create some fourth group. Okay, so then I'll maintain the number range is A1. So 2000 to 2999. I am maintaining the number ranges. Okay, I'm thinking on the save. So first I define the number ranges. Once this number ranges is done, so here already there is a two types of the material groups. Sorry, document types for the info record. One is a stock material, another one is a non-stock material.
Awesome.
Okay, so what we need to do is you just select this one. Okay, as an just select that one and which group you want to maintain. So I want to maintain for stock material to food and non-stock also. So for the two different document types, if you want the single number range, then both you need to assign to under this one only. Or if you want like a different document types, like a different number ranges for the stock material and a different number ranges for the non-stock material, then what you need to do is you need to just assign to different number ranges. Like you need to create one more group and you need to assign it. Okay. Or if you want both should be same, select this one, assign and group and maintain this one. So all these document types is linked to this group. Okay, so this is about how we are creating the number ranges. Okay, next is the define screen layouts. Okay, so generally the screen layouts here we are using for the importance, like what is a field like in the creation of PR or change of PR. Which field you want to required entry, which field you want optional entry, which field you want to display. Okay, so in that purpose, we are using this screen layouts here.
Okay.
So here you have all those things. Wherever you think, you just make it optional entry here. So for practice purpose, we make everything as a optional entry, but it depends on the requirements. Like a business told, for example, so and so field they want a required entry when they are creating the PR. Sorry, when they are creating the info record, then you need to come over here and you need to select this one. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is about how we can define the screen layouts. Okay. Next is the inspection certificate category. Okay. Now this is what I told. Like if you want some certificate, for example, I have certificate one. Okay. So when I'm making certificate, when I'm procuring this material, I need these two things are mandatory, like a check GL check certificate date
Great.
and a check certificate number. Okay. Okay. So if you want a country also, like which country this material belongs to. So if you check this button, when you are creating the info record, if you are activate this one, what will happen? System will ask always. Okay. So let's see. This is a certificate number. So how we are making. And next is a defined price history. So if you want like what kind of price you want, net price or you want the effective price. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want effective price, you need to select this one. If you don't want, like you want the net price only, then you need to unselect this one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You could save. Okay. So this is a configuration we need to do for the info records. Next, how you will create the info record. So there is a transaction code called as a ME11. Okay, then we'll see MK Beecher is one of the report for the vendor. Okay, so what is the report for the materials to see the list of materials?
So,
Material list.
okay.
Which
What
one?
we have created before.
No, there is a one report. You can see list of materials. What is that report? Okay, so which is a MM60.
MM60.
Yeah. So that is a report for generally you want to see the list of all materials you can see by the MM60. And
Okay.
if you want to see like vendors, then it is a T code called as a MK feature. So you can see the list of vendors here.
Okay.
Okay. So 1700,000. Okay. So I will make a 1700. Okay. What is our material? M60 forward. Material purchase organization is a Ford. Plant is a Ford. Okay. So here we need to select the standard one.
Okay.
Click on enter. So here, if you see, so generally the material and vendor, these all things are display. You're not able to change all those things. Okay.
Okay.
And if you see the purchase order unit of measure from where it will be flow, it is flow from the material master. Okay. So if you maintain your material like reminders and all those things, it will be flown from the material master. So whatever the fields is there, respective of the materials and the vendor fields that will be auto populated here from the material and vendor master. Okay. And here, if you see certificate category, for example, I want my certificate category is a one. Then you can see system will ask what is a certificate category one. So you need to maintain, and it will be asked to validity date until when it is validated. So it will be asked all those things. Okay. So that's
Okay.
next year planned delivery time. So if I order a material, minimum how many days it will take to supply this material? 5 days. Okay. So what is the standard quantity? It's around the 100 quantity. What is the standard price? Net price is 10 rupees. Okay. So if you maintain this over delivery tolerance, under delivery tolerance from the material master, it will be flown here. Okay. So this GR based or IR tick from where it is flown? It's flown from the vendor master. Okay. So like you can find different data from the different masters. Okay. Select this one. Click on enter, and click on save. So now see now the whatever the number range we maintain 2000. So it will be creating. So if you create one thing, also it will be create another info record. So this is how we will create the standard info record. For the same combination also, you can create the subcontracting info record. Okay. So just you need to change that one.
Same process.
Same process,
Okay.
same data, everything is same. So system
Okay.
will understand if you do that process, automatically it will be pick the respective of the info record. Okay, now you can see L is identified, which is a subcontracting
Okay.
item category. Okay, so this is about how we can create the different kinds of the info records. Okay, and if you want to change the info record, what is the transaction code? ME12. Okay, so transaction is ME12. So here, if you want to change anything, you can change. For example, I want to order as a minimum quantity, then I can change it over here. So this is about how you are changing. And ME13, generally we use it for the display of the material. So here you won't change anything, just only to see the display
Okay.
of this material. And there is a transaction code called as a ME15. So generally we are using ME15 for the deletion of the material. So if you want to delete this material, so you will use like a complete info record you want to delete, or purchase organization level you want to delete, where you want to delete. So
Okay.
that information we able to see in the um, ME15 level. Okay, so if you want to delete at purchase organization level, so you just make it that one. So automatically the indicator will be updated. Okay, so if you want to undelete, you just come and you just remove the sticker.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like how we are using the different info record creation, like with respect to the um, process, like a standard info record, how we'll create subcontracting info record, how we'll maintain,
Okay.
and consent. So how you'll create the different types of the info records, and how to create, how to change, how to delete. That
Consignment
is
and subcontracting and pipeline are same process.
same. So all the
Okay.
info record, it is a process is same. Just here, you need to select the button.
Okay. Fine.
So remaining everything is same. Okay, the process is same. So next, info record can be also created. Now, what we created info record with respect to of the with respect to of the different process wise we created the info record. Okay. Now, if you see info record, okay. So info record can also create a without material. So till now what we did, we created for the stock material. Stock material means which is updating the value quantity at the plant level. Now I don't have any info record. Just wait. Standard info record. Now I don't have the material. Okay, can I create the info record?
Yes.
Yes. So in this case, just we need to give the description, and material group is mandatory when you are creating without material info record. Okay. So what is the planned delivery times? All those
Right.
things,
Yes.
everything is you need to maintain that one. Okay.
Okay.
So that interchange. Just click on enter and set. So now the info record is changed to 2001. Okay. So if you see like this way also we can create the info record
Or without material.
without material. Okay.
Okay.
So this is about the concepts about the info record.
Okay.
You clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Next, the data, info record data will be stored in the tables. What are the tables? C16, okay, EI, NA, info record data. Or else we'll go SC16, EINA. For example, you want to make it as a created on today. Just click on execute. So whatever the info records are created today, so all the information you will see 2000 and 2000. Okay.
Okay.
And the organization level you want to see. AINE. Okay. For example, Ford, how many created? So this many info records are created for the Ford.
Oh,
Okay. So you can
okay.
see the purchase organization level, how many info records are created. Okay, so EINA is a general data, EINE for the organization data.
Okay.
So what are the decodes? ME11, create info record, ME12, change, ME13,
Display.
display, ME15, delete, AINA, info record main data, ME organization data. Okay, so these are the like different levels we are utilizing the tables. Okay, so if you are clear, then we are going for the next topic.
Okay. It's
Okay.
clear. I think a small topic. Insurance.
So now see material and vendor only the big topics. Remaining everything is small topics.
Okay.
So next we are going to discuss about the source list. Source list. So what is meant by source list? So it will be maintain list of materials for list of vendors, list of vendor details we are maintaining for particular material. So that information will call it as a source list. Okay. So generally here the source list we are maintaining in that combination. Okay. So for the source list also we have the configuration. Okay. Source list can be maintained at two levels. What are those? One is a plant level and another one is a material level. Okay.
Okay.
So if you maintain the plant level, the source list, what is happening? All the materials in the particular plant, then we need to activate the source list. Okay. So if you don't want activated plant level, so if you activate the plant level, all the materials, like irrespective of the raw materials, finished everything, so you need to make it the source list to be activated.
Okay.
Okay. But you don't want to that, and if you want for some particular materials only, I want to activate the source list. I don't want to activate for the remaining thing. So at that time, what we need to do is we need to activate the source list at the material level.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see how we'll do this configuration. Yeah. Reference IMC, material management, purchasing, define source list at the material level. Okay. So for example, if you will activate the source list at this plant level, so what will happen? It will be activated for all the plants. So generally, we won't activate a source list at the plant level. Okay. So then where we activate the source list at, we will activate source list at the material level. Go to MM02, just click on enter. Okay, I'll come here. And so here we need to activate the source list. So the tick mark is there, no?
Okay.
Just we need to make it as a tick mark and click on the save. Okay. Then we need to run the source list. Okay. So we will run. Before that, what is a prerequisite of the source list? So the prerequisite of the source list, if you have the info record, so data will be fetched from the info record, or else contract, or else it will be fetched from the contract. So how we will maintain the source list? ME01 is a transaction code. There you maintain material and a vendor and click on enter. Click on enter. Okay. Then you just click on the execute button. So whatever the info records is there, everything will be updated over here. Now you can see we have the info records exist for this vendor and this vendor. So automatically that details are updated in the source list. Okay. So this is like how we are maintaining the source list.
Okay.
Now you're able to see a different vendor list we are able to see in the fresh list. Okay.
Okay.
Here this one.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. And this source list information will be stored in the table called as a E-road is a table. SC16 and the table is EORD. Click on enter and just enter the plant. You can see all the data. So whatever the materials will have the source list, that all information you can see it over here. So you can see, so whatever the data will be stored in the source list, so the same thing will be updated over here.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about the source list, how we are maintaining. Clear?
Okay.
So this is about the master data. So then basically we have the 4 types of the master. One is a material master, another one is
Vendor
info
master.
record, vendor master, and
Info
info record
source
and source list. Okay.
Okay.
So this is like how we are handling the masters. Next is transaction data. Okay. So what kind of transaction data we have? So what are the different types of the transaction data? Okay. So generally the transaction data will include purchase requisitions and request for quotations and purchase orders and contracts and scheduling agreements. So these all data will be come under the transaction data. Apart from that, some of the material movements also we can consider as a transaction data here. Okay. So
Okay.
before that, let's understand the procurement cycle. Do you know the what is mean by procurement cycle?
No. Once get an order, you can purchase.
Mm.
The step-by-step process,
Yeah.
but I
So
don't get.
Okay. So that process we'll call it as a procurement process only. I explain. Okay. So generally, how the procurements will be started. So if you have the material, like if you have the production planning, so generally any material will contain the production planning. For example, I want so and so material. Okay, there is a two ways of creating the requirement. So what is a requirement? Purchase. Purchase request. So it can be two ways it will be created. So once you run the MRP, so material requirement planning. MRP, so which is kind of material uh, or direct creation. Okay, so two levels like our PRs can be created. So if you talk about the like a business terminology, okay. So like whenever a business or a production guys not able to find any material for the stock, okay. So what they will do generally they will raise a request to the purchasing department, okay. So which is
Okay.
called as a PR. Okay,
Okay.
purchase request, not only production, any department can be raised to anyone. Okay, so that is called as a purchase request. It is a internal request. It is not for the external order. It is a internal order from one department to another department.
Okay.
Okay, so one department to another department, you raise a request. So what will happen once you raise a internal request? Okay, so the purchasing team they will look into that request. If they know this material from where we can purchase, okay. So at that time, what they will do, they will raise a immediately order, which is called as a purchase order from the purchase order to the respective of the vendor if they know the whom they need to raise.
Okay.
Okay, so once there is a purchase order, and so then order will be send it to the vendor. Okay, so vendor supplies the materials, and we will do the goods receipt. So once the goods receipt is done, then we'll do the payment. This is one kind of cycle here. Okay,
Okay.
so once it is done, okay, this is like end of the story. And if you don't know the any vendor like whom you need to procure this material and all those things, then what a purchasing department will do is they will raise a request for quotations like whom you need to procure this material.
Okay.
Okay, they will ask the different people for the bidding. Okay,
Okay.
okay, then different vendors will provide their bidding information. Okay, then requested quotations is collected and compared, and so what they will do is they will select the one of the request for quotations, and they will reject the remaining quotations. Okay, so
Okay.
once the request for quotation is created, so what will do? They will raise a order, purchase order to the vendor with respect of the request for quotations. Okay,
Okay.
so this is like a one and once we raise the order to the vendor, vendor will supply to us back, and um, we will send the order information to the vendor. Vendor supply the material. We will take the material and we'll do the payments.
Payment.
Okay, so this is about the one thing. And so if you know the vendor and you want to go for the long-term agreement with so and so price, okay,
Okay.
at that time what we will do, we will ask the contract, like a long-term agreement with the so and so supplier. Okay,
Okay.
so once we ask order, like once we take the contract from the so and so vendor, what the vendor will do? Vendor give the contract to us, and we will maintain the contract. With the reference of the contract, again we will raise the orders. Okay. So order will be sent to the vendor, vendor will send the stock, and we will receive the stock, and we will do the payment to the vendor. Okay, so these are the different cycles of how you are maintaining the like the price. Sorry, how you are making the PO, and how you are doing the goods receipt, and how you are doing the payment of the particular things. Okay. So this process generally we'll call it as a procurement to pay. So
Okay.
so how it can be like once you know the PR, then you will raise a PO, PO with respect to the goods receipt, then you do the IR. So you create the PO, you create the RFQ, quotation maintenance, quotation comparison, okay, and the PO creation, GR creation, IR creation. Then you PO, then you have a contract, okay. Once you have a contract, you raise a PO, PO to GR, GR to IR, okay.
Okay.
Or directly you can create the PO, you can do the GR, you can do the IR, okay.
Okay.
Or you can create a PO, existing PO with reference to PO, then do the GR, then do the IR. So these are the different process of making the procurement process. Like these are the different details we are maintaining in the process wise. Okay, so that all the transaction data now we need to see. Okay, so here, so we will understand further each document like a PR. So what are the document type we need to use? What is the number ranges? What are the fields we need to consider, like a required entry, manual entry, or optional entry? Okay, so like a configuration, and how we need to make it. Okay, so that kind of information we need to see in the purchase requisitions.
Okay.
Okay. So similarly for purchase order, how to do the document type configuration, number ranges, screen selections. Then you learn how to create the purchase requisitions, sorry, how to create the purchase order individually, how to create a purchase order with reference to some other document. Okay. So
Okay.
that kind of the concepts you will learn in the transaction data.
Okay.
Okay. So now we'll start purchase requisition. So what is a purchase requisition? It is a internal request or a instruction to the department from another department for the procurement and of the procurement of the materials. So what are the control functions of PR? We have the document type and account assignment category. Account assignment category and item category. So now we'll see what is the control functions, how it will be control the document type. So now there are the three control functions for the all the transaction data. So one is a document type, and another one is a account assignment category, and another one is item
Item.
category. So what controls the document type? So generally the document type controls the type of procurements. Okay, so what kind of procurement? So you want to differentiate for the each different types of the business process. You want to segregate with the different processes. Then document type plays a key role, and which also controls the number ranges and the screen sequences. Okay, so how it will be controls the number ranges, screen sequences. Will I'll show you when we are doing the configuration for this document type. Okay.
Okay.
Next is account assignment category. So generally, account assignment category, which will control the procurement to be assigned to particular GLs. So if you do the consumption, then you will use account assignment category is a K. Okay, if you are asset procurement, then you use as a A. So like that. So uh, each type, like each different type of procurements, you handle the different ways. Okay, so that also we can see it over here, like our account assignment category. Okay, so next is item category. Generally, item category deals about the type of procurement, like it is a service procurement or it is a consignment, it is a subcontracting procurement. That details we able to deals over there. Okay. So we will see how this document type controls the purchase requisition, account assignment controls, how it will be controls, and item category. So these are the control functions for all the transactions,
Okay.
all the transaction data can be controlled by this. Okay, document type, account assignment category, item category, which will control this entire the things.